everybody. How we doing?
Good.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi.
Good. I'm glad that we were able to get together like this before we put a show together or something. So we're just gonna hang out a little bit here, just see what everybody's up to and what they're having. I understand, James. I guess you have an activity for us today.
Yes. I have a game called Bad People.
Ooh.
How it's played.
Okay.
Essentially, there's a bunch of white cards with questions on them. I will ask them. They pertain to everyone that's in the group playing the game, and we vote on who we think is most likely to be the person for which this question is about. So,
Okay.
The first question is we'll vote on.
We're just gonna go right into it, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Example of how it's played.
I was wondering if there was a justification for this. Is this you trying to get attention, or what?
Always, yes.
Okay.
So the first question is.
We have an extra player, I guess.
A guest.
The first question is most likely to burn down their home for the insurance money. Okay?
What was that?
Most likely to burn down their home for the insurance money. So how we do this is I will go around asking each of you who you think, who in this chat is most likely to burn down their home for the insurance money. You give an answer, and then you explain why it's that answer. And then at the end, I give you my answer, and whoever got that one gets a point.
Okay. All right.
So let's start with you, Kelly. Who do you think is most likely to burn down their home for the insurance money?
Considering my current state of financial affairs during this pandemic, I'm going to say probably me at this moment. Just because I haven't been at work in a couple of months, and boy, I could sure use it. So, of course, I wouldn't have a house when it was over. So,
That's what the insurance money's for.
Gotcha. But yeah, and you know what? This house that we're in right now has actually increased in value. So, I bet. Yeah. Okay. Me. Yeah. I'm saying it now in front of everybody. I'm going to burn my house down.
And it's being recorded, so if your house actually burns down, you'll get nothing.
Who knew? It was an accident, officer.
See?
Eric, who do you
I say Kelly, too, because I think he may be who actually owns a house.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I was going to say, who owns their house and has
I know it's not me, because I don't have any insurance.
I own my house.
Oh.
Hooper's a contender.
I'm in the running.
Hooper's a contender.
With Hooper, I think it's like he would burn down his house just to fake his own death, but I don't think he would.
Oh my gosh.
Sarah, who do you think is most likely to burn down their home for the insurance money?
Well, since Kelly's gone ahead and incriminated himself, I'll help him out and say he's probably did that. Yeah, he'll do that.
He is the obvious candidate. Like he does look a bit like a supervillain. I don't know where he's going to put all his Batman stuff. That's the real loss.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's how you know that he did it for the money, is all the Batman stuff survived. Surprisingly, it was out
to be cleaned.
Yeah.
My Batman memorabilia was being cleaned.
Yeah.
Literally all of it.
Louisa.
Including the underwear.
Louisa, who do you think is most likely to burn down their home for the insurance money?
No joke, before he answered, my answer was Kelly. And my justification is he's just like a planner, and he like thinks ahead and like has steps toward processes. It's very organized, I feel like. And
premeditated arsonist.
Yeah, I could just see the wheels turning, so yeah.
Okay.
Just be careful with the accelerant.
Yeah. That's fair.
It seems like an easy choice at this point, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, Kelly and I are the only two homeowners. However, I think maybe one day Eric will have his own house. And he knows the law.
He knows the law.
He knows words like accelerant. Oh, yes.
There is behind his eyes, isn't there?
Eric will find a way to skate on this. Oh, yes.
He knows how.
So for my answer, it was obviously Kelly. And but Hooper, your answer was very good. I think the smartest choice for someone to burn down their house for the insurance money would eventually be Eric. And I think he would probably buy the house expressly to burn it down for the insurance. Buy cheap at the quarantine and then get in on that sweet, sweet insurance money.
Goes to his realtor and says, "Is this wood frame?" Just out of curiosity.
It's just because I like watching things burn, though.
It's
Okay.
not.
Okay, we all get the game now?
Yeah, I got.
Okay, wonderful. Next question.
It's called Pile on Kelly, is what it's called. Yeah.
Well, some of the questions are going to be like that, where it's just obviously Kelly.
Oh,
So most
clearly.
likely to cock block a friend, and we're going to start with Kelly again.
Most likely,
Most likely to cock block a friend.
it's gonna be you, and you won't even do it intentionally. That's just a fact. I have to say, out of everybody in this room at this moment, I don't know if you're the strongest candidate for wingman.
I don't know what you mean, but okay. Yeah. I guess that's a fair
gonna
choice.
say.
Given everyone else, I don't know. Okay, next up, Sarah.
James.
Fuck you. You got a reason?
For our viewers, this is now definitely an adults-only chat.
Louisa.
So for this question, one has to ask oneself, who sucks the most sexual energy out of a room? And that person is James.
Wow.
Eric, you can go now.
I think I gotta go with James, but I think
All of you assholes.
I disagree with Kelly. I think you would do it intentionally, just because you're an asshole.
He is potato salad at the wedding.
I suspect you would think it would be funny.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Hooper.
true.
Yes.
Hooper, my dearest friend. My only friend. What?
Oh, James,
No.
I would be the friend and you would be the cock blocker, my friend.
Okay. So everyone voted. Here's the thing. I also voted me. I was once at an open mic, and this girl I didn't know came up to me and asked me, "Hey, is this guy safe?" And she pointed back to one of my friends, and I was like, "Well, yeah, he's safe. But I mean, you don't know me either, so this is a terrible way to figure out if he's safe." And then I went
See,
back.
that's not cock blocking. That's becoming an accessory. I mean,
I look, in my mind, in the brief moments I was paying attention, I thought I was giving her sound advice to not just trust random guys at a bar. And even though I knew this guy and knew he was perfectly fine and safe, I gave her my honest assessment of the situation she found herself in.
Mm-hmm.
Incidentally, he pulled out a photo of two of his kids, which were about her age, interestingly enough. And then she looks at the photos of the kids. It's like, hey, are these really his daughters? It's like, well, yeah, I know that they're his daughters, but for all you know, these are just pictures of his last victims.
God,
This is just all part of his murderous sex fantasy. To, what he's done. It's like, you deserve this, So it's like, maybe just call an Uber.
I stand by my original assertion that you are the worst candidate for wingman. No doubt about it.
You're
James,
not
go
wrong.
tell
It
that-
still
go-
hurts to hear. Okay.
Go tell that girl I want to buy her a drink. And he trots up to her and just goes, that man's trying to get you drunk.
He was a really nice guy, too.
God.
Oh,
All right, next.
Oh.
Next question. You all get points.
God.
Who should be banned from creating offspring? Okay, so I gotta say, I'm really healthy, guys. Can we just
It's not who can produce offspring, it's who should be banned.
yeah, okay. So let's start with Eric, because I think he'll be nice. Eric?
Can we skip the question if it's the same answer?
I'm thinking it's got to be me, because I would be a horrendous parent, because I don't like children very much.
Amen.
Okay.
You have a
That's
dog,
okay.
though, right?
I do have a dog, but
Same
they're
principle.
cool.
Better.
Dogs are cool. Children, not so much.
Excellent.
Okay.
Hoop, it's too late for Hoop.
I know that door's already open.
Sorry,
Oh,
bro.
Ship has sailed.
The vote here is
Let's wrap it up with them.
banned from creating offspring. So just because he's already created offspring, that might provide us more evidence as to why he shouldn't create any more offspring.
Right.
Point.
So Hooper,
Yes,
who do you think should be banned from creating offspring?
me. Because if I do, I'll be 60 years old, and I'm, who wants that?
Fair assessment. Kelly.
Yeah. Who do I think should be banned from creating offspring? So again, Hoop is off the table because it's already done.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah. And so
They can go back and kill the kids.
I'm going to say James, and I'll tell you why. Because number one, it's fun to make fun of you, and two, because I can't imagine if we need more extreme libertarianism in America today.
Don't we?
And also, you live by the rules of supply and demand. If you have too many of them, you're going to sell them.
I assure you, I will not be having too many kids at the rate I'm going. So next up, Sarah, who do you think should be banned from creating offspring?
Well, I mean, the stipulations don't say that they have to raise the offspring, right? So, James, I think you could have offspring. You just can't raise them. You can maybe send a card once in a while.
That's fair. I'm best from a distance.
Dad in small
so
doses.
I think my vote would then have to be Kelly. I don't know what your genes are like.
They're on display.
Because he always wears shorts.
Finally, someone's bringing eugenics into our discussion.
Yeah, good.
What?
Yeah, the baldness gene. We don't want that getting around.
I got news for you. It's not looking great, my future. So
Yeah,
There's enough goofy white guys. We've had it with them. Just
Yeah.
stop here.
that's
well,
enough.
you're going to be banning a lot of people in this chat then, Louisa. So who do you think
I'm
should
not
be
saying.
creating offspring, Louisa?
I think Sarah, and here's why. I want her to have as much time as possible to hang out with me.
Ah,
Oh, wow. that's dark.
Sorry.
Selfishness.
Yeah.
Really selfish.
You can't have kids. I want to have wine down
Yeah.
with you.
It's like, I want to keep hanging out. So
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
Makes
enough.
My answer was Kelly. I think that look, it's not necessarily for bad reasons. I just think you and Dawn are going to stress that kids out with high expectations.
with high expectations?
Yes, you're going to be the disciplinarian.
Really?
And she's going to be the academic, like focus-driven mother that's going to push them. So you guys,
your mom.
they're gonna
wind them too tight.
Huh. It's an interesting assessment. It's actually the opposite.
Really.
Yeah, I'm the laid back candidate for cool dad, if you want to say it that way, because I'm like, look, just let him do it. He'll learn. That is basically going to be my entire philosophy as a parent. Should it ever happen, it's going to be, well, he's getting close to the electrical outlet. What do we do? And I say, stand back.
this is how he learns.
This is how he learns.
Yeah.
Stand back, see what happens. And
Hand him a metal knife.
Yeah. He won't do it twice, one way or another.
That is my parenting style to a T. Let Liz be the bad cop.
Dad, I want to have a slingshot. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. That's basically how I was raised, which was essentially, oh, you want to do that? This will be funny.
And we see how that turned out.
Yeah. I lost all my hair. So,
All right, next question. Most likely to ask an overweight woman if she's pregnant.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, so I feel like this might go one way again. So how about we call this our rapid fire round? Kelly,
James.
Sarah,
James.
Louisa,
James.
Eric,
James.
Hooper.
You.
Yeah, me. Okay, so next question.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you've probably done it.
I've done things like that.
Yes.
Like
You
that?
know.
Where you've asked pregnant women if they're just fat?
Are you pregnant? Or you just
As a child, I've done that. The last time I remember being insensitive to an overweight woman was we were playing volleyball.
You have a list?
And she didn't really like go for the ball, and so I tried to explain to her that if she bent her knees a little more, that she could be more mobile. And then she yelled at me, "I'm fat, get over it." And then I went into a long inspirational story about how I met this like Slavic dude at a beach once, and he was super fat and overweight, but he was really good at volleyball because he really reached for it, and we beat those Asian tourists at Clearwater. And it was cool.
You're burying yourself. You're literally just climbing in the hole and just bringing the shovel on top of yourself.
I know, but it gets worse because then she yelled at me.
Oh, good.
What? And I was like, what? Because he's fat, and you said you were fat. It's like, I said I was bad. I'm bad. Get over it. And I had misheard her. And then I looked at everyone else like, no. She said she was fat. She knows.
Oh, my God.
And I felt terrible. I was mortified. But I was also, I couldn't apologize because I was laughing so hard. And it didn't make for a better situation. Because it's not that I didn't sincerely feel bad for her.
God.
It's that, like, I just thought it was funnier than I was sorry. Right? I can hold those two ideas in my head, right? And still be a kind of good person.
Kinda.
They are sharpening the spikes on your throne in hell as we speak. As we speak.
Okay, this one's more debatable. This one's going to be a fun one, guys.
Okay, you got another one. All right, let's hit it.
Yep. Most likely to marry for money. Kelly, would you like to start us off?
Most likely to marry for money.
For money, yes.
Forgive me for saying, but I think it's going to be Hoop. Because he's got the kids already at the moment. And could use the extra bill paying. That's just a fact for everybody, I think. I think otherwise, the man will finally find his way with another lady any minute now. I'm certain of it. It's Hoop. But the most likely candidate for it, someone who has bills to pay, and that's going to be Hooper.
Okay, Sarah, go.
I think the first person to get offered marriage for money will take it.
Okay.
Who's that going to be?
Apparently,
whoever comes first. I think we're all candidates for this one. Honestly,
You're hoping. That's what I just heard on you. You're hoping. That's what it was. You want to be a mail order bride.
I feel like on the other end of the door is your boyfriend just listening into your Zoom call, and he's just crying on the other end now.
He's checking his wallet.
We met.
Okay, Louisa. Likely to marry for money.
Yeah, Sarah, because she sounded like she was hoping for it. She's like, any day, my number's gonna come up.
Eric.
Well, we've been over the mail order bride thing, so I think it's got to be James. You're not going to get the money. I think you're going to have to pay the postage, but
bait and switch. Bait and switch. That's what it is.
Hooper.
Yeah. Well,
marry for money.
Let me put it to you this way. I've already done the marrying for love thing.
Been there,
and
done
here
that.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wait too long, Hooper, otherwise you'll have to marry for a nurse.
That's true.
Ow.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, Sarah.
Wow. Oh, man, we are the meanest.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can put it. We're just the meanest people. I love it.
My answer was Sarah. And the reason for that was that one time we brought up your parents. They had the strangest set of marriage circumstances in that they were like all over the place with their marriages. So I was thinking, like, you've got to have this jaded aspect of marriage. Am I thinking of the right people or are these family members?
Sounds right.
Who are these people that I'm recalling?
For some background here, for those who are watching, we did bring Sarah's family up on stage one night at, I want to say it was Carolwood Players.
It was.
And yeah, we did a dream game with them, and that was one of the most interesting interviews I've ever done, in a string of interesting interviews for Dream Game that I've ever done. Sitting down and talking with him was just like, I don't get it. What? So,
My dad's on his third marriage.
Yeah.
He's on his third? Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, so I imagine you have
He's
a
a
very
nurse.
committed aspect of marriage. And
There you go.
so why wouldn't you marry for money?
Huh?
8.
That's it.
Moving
What'd you
on.
say?
Next card.
I just said
Moving on.
committed aspect of marriage, probably because of your father. Anywho, comedy.
I have no respect for marriage. Your father's a whore.
Yeah, that was basically my argument. Least likely to tell a new sexual partner that they have an STD.
Oh,
Let's change it up. Hooper, go first. Least likely to tell a new sexual partner that they have an STD.
Well, James, I know how you like surprises.
I'm not the one being surprised.
I know, but you like, yeah, surprise.
You got the cooties.
Surprise, HIV.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
I think that's a breakfast topic. So I'm gonna take the next answer on this. I'm gonna say that is definitely a breakfast topic for James, because I think that is where he takes her out to Denny's or something and just goes, oh, and
yeah.
by the way,
Real quick.
for the record, you got the cooties. So
Eric.
we have the cooties.
I shared them.
Well, I think the assumption of this question is that you have to have a sexual partner first. So
Ouch.
I would think James, because
It's horrible because it's like I'm my own wingman. So
yeah,
it's never panning
Right?
out. It's all right, Louisa.
yeah, probably James.
Okay, thanks.
No explanation needed.
and that's
Like,
it.
we
That's
all understand why.
It's just
All
you.
right.
It's just you.
It's understood. What's understood doesn't need to be spoken.
I
it
just wanna
goes
say,
without saying, as they say.
to be fair, in my defense, who brings up controversial topics and uncomfortable arguments all the time? This guy. This guy does that.
True
I'm
that.
willing to talk about things. How many of you are just willing to like skirt horrible stuff under the rug for a bit? Oh, this will cause an argument. I'd rather just give her AIDS. Eric.
God almighty.
Quote. Sarah, who do you think?
I've actually said that before. Yeah,
Yeah. It's in these memoirs.
Stop
I'm
quoting
not-
him.
I don't have AIDS right now, so you know.
Sarah, give us an answer.
I am going to say nobody here is least likely to not tell a partner about their sexual diseases, because I know everybody's very open and honest with their partners and shares their sexual history before entering any kind of contact, because we're all very responsible adults.
Yeah.
The most
Yeah.
PC response.
This has been a public service announcement.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah. Da-da-da-da.
I mean, I do agree with the principle there. So, Kelly, you already jumped in on one, but if you want to just say again that I'm some deviant that care about the the few women I see.
I believe Louisa said it best in that what is known doesn't need to be spoken. So
Yeah, I wow.
I think that you would be the least likely, again, only because you didn't know that you had it in the first place. Maybe there's that.
Americans do it.
I don't know.
My guess was Hooper, because I feel like any partner he has at this point, like he can just run out the clock. So,
And they won't be able to speak English, so
yeah.
Because he bought them
No one-
online, right?
I went on the Russian dating site. They don't speak English.
Exactly. Most likely to appear on the no-fly list. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Sarah, we're starting with you.
Me, because I tried to transport some weird liquids.
Yeah.
Okay. Louisa.
I say Sarah because I feel like she would be taking like some sort of political stand at the time, And like not necessarily at the airport or anything, but they would be like, yeah, flag that girl. She's too controversial, which is one of the things I love about her.
Mm-hmm.
Eric.
I'd say Sarah, because the way the government is right now, she's Canadian. So they'll
Yeah.
probably just ban all of them.
I
Foreigner.
am a naturalized citizen. Thank you very much.
Kelly.
A.
I think it's actually going to be me. And the reason for that is every single time I fly since 2001, every single time I've flown, they have pulled me aside for special screening. And I don't know why.
It's because they don't know how to pronounce your name.
Yeah, it's either Mr. Clow, and I'm like, you know what? Just
Clow?
strip search me.
It just looks like you might have something up your butt. That's why.
Is that what it is? I got to look at I've got that look.
They're like, that guy's got something up his butt. And we're gonna
He's got something up his butt or he needs something up his butt.
I walk through Liberty, Newark, just going,
That's why they take you aside.
yeah, no, I don't know what it is. They've always pulled me aside for the special screening, and it's always, when I do a round trip, it's always on the way out, never on the way back to Florida. So apparently Florida's got lower standards than where I'm traveling.
I don't want you to take this the wrong way, Kelly, but like you're almost too white. You know what I mean? You look like you're up to something.
You're like translucent.
Yeah.
Really? I match a certain profile. Are you saying that my haircut has something to do with my politics? Is that what you're implying?
Hey, domestic terrorism is no joke.
Good God, it's not my fault. This is not my choice.
It's a recessive gene.
Well, it could be the copy of Mein Kampf you have tattooed on you.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes right next to all those Batman comics. It's just like,
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises, Mein Kampf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Same category, same difference. Why not?
Oh, Batman was obviously a fascist. I don't know.
Clearly.
Next up, Cooper. Most
Yes.
people appear on the no-fly list.
Oh, well, she doesn't travel with me much anymore, but when I would travel with Sarah, I'm with this little girl with an Arabic last name, and she did get screened because she made these cylindrical salt and pepper shakers, put them in her hand luggage, and they looked like little things of TNT, and she got pulled, and she was like 5 years old at the time.
Sticks of TNT? Did they think she was Wile E. Coyote? What the hell?
I know.
What?
She was wearing an Acme T-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't want the TSA necessarily to look at sticks of TNT and then look at a little girl and be like, oh, but with a face like that, here you go, darling.
Yeah.
I mean,
the little Arabic girl. Oh yeah.
Have a fun day.
I would say Sarah though, because Sarah, the whole, yeah, she's got the dual citizenship, but
You mean dual loyalties?
potato. I would say dual citizenship, but there's something about Sarah, and like Louisa says, part of what we love about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got that iconoclastic, yes, that iconoclastic marching to her own drummer sort of vibe.
God.
What drummer?
Before we move on, I just wanted to remind everybody that we are recording this. So if we want to keep from mentioning folks who can't speak for themselves, that might be a good thing. So let's hear another one, James.
Okay. Oh wait, I get my answer, and my answer.
Oh, your answer. That's right. Yeah.
Because bald men are generally perceived as being more dominant and aggressive, and you fly a lot, which is suspicious. That's it.
Maybe I work for the FBI.
You also have a lot of right-wing political posts. So they're not overboard, but they are perceived as overboard. So
well, that's easy to do. First and foremost, all I have to do is mention something and it goes overboard.
Bald guy with right-wing views. It's a dangerous combo.
It is a dangerous combo. Let's be honest here. It is a hell of a dangerous combo for sure. If I had a full head of hair and I started talking about von Mises, I think everybody would be fine. But
yeah, white males are so oppressed. Get it?
Oh,
I really have it hard.
I'm just saying that with the next president, maybe they start targeting former Trump supporters. Well, actually, you're not really that much of a Trump supporter.
I'm not at all. I'm not a Trump supporter.
But you're perceived as one, and that's
I think
just
well,
that.
yeah, and that's the thing too. He's a buffoon.
Okay.
But anyway, moving on.
Anyhow.
Yeah, I can't use that one.
So, yeah. I'm already on a watch list. Do we have to continue with that?
Most likely to be childhood friends with Hitler.
Yep.
All right.
Bro.
Let's go to the bald white guy with right-wing views. Hey, Kelly. Who do you...
Okay, all right. I'll defend myself. I'll defend myself by saying it's definitely not me because I hold right-wing views.
There you go.
Not left-wing.
There you go.
Hitler was the epitome of right-wing.
He was the epitome of left-wing for crying out
he
loud.
wasn't.
No, are you kidding
the
me?
Political spectrum,
Is
Nazism
left-wing.
is all the way over to the right-hand side.
Communism is all the way to the right.
Communism is to the left.
I was a poli-sci major. Are you kidding me? He was definitely all the way to the left. It's socialist in their name.
But they were
Sarah.
they were right-wing socialists, not communists.
Because those right-wingers, they love the centralized government.
Fascism is the extreme right. Communism is the extreme left.
Yeah.
That's how the spectrum works.
Mhm.
I think my understanding of left-right politics.
Question would be
What
great.
was the question again? Who is most likely to be
It had
friends?
something to do with Hitler, I think.
We've lost Sarah.
Childhood friends with Hitler. And okay, here's my answer. Here's my
Sarah is
answer.
down.
With Hitler, we're making art. Leave us
Again.
alone.
That's the thing. I was going to say it's Sarah because she's an artist.
There you go.
That's fair. Okay, Sarah, as you swim to the computer. Sarah, who do you most likely to be childhood friends with Hitler? Now keep in mind, childhood friends, okay? He hasn't killed anyone yet. He's just an aspiring artist with maybe some home troubles.
Yeah, I feel like we might be taking the same classes, but we wouldn't be friends because he's just a little bit too moody, and I would have a hard time making a connection with him. I really tend to gravitate towards outgoing individuals. I'm also a silent, moody type, you know?
Hitler's too moody.
You know speeches?
He was actually as a child.
I know, but I mean,
Uh-oh.
I can't hang out with that Hitler guy. He's just
He's too moody.
He's too moody.
Jojo Rabbit. I saw Jojo Rabbit.
I want to see that.
And
It's
I
really
gotta
good.
say, being childhood friends with Hitler kind of looked fun for most of the movie.
God.
Yeah, when
Never
Hitler's
saw it.
personified through a child's mind, he's very entertaining.
It was a good movie and quite moving, actually.
Yes,
Eric, who do you
Yes.
think?
I think Cooper because he's the only one who's old enough.
that's right.
Okay, yeah. That is a very literalist approach. Yes.
I don't think I hadn't thought that.
Hooper,
Yeah,
most likely to be childhood friends with Hitler.
Eric.
Go for it.
Oh, Eric, because, he is the type to befriend the friendless.
It is true. I'm friendly to everyone
That's right.
What I'm
So-
except James.
what I'm taking from this is no one thinks I can make friends. Louisa, most likely to be childhood friends with Hitler.
I feel like Eric because he references a lot of old things a lot. So I feel like they would get on about like nostalgic things.
That's true. We could discuss
like, the way
Wagner
they-
for days.
Cool.
Yeah.
But it'd be
They
current
beat
events because you're children.
Yeah.
They both thought the Weimar Republic was a disappointment.
Yes, it's true.
There's
Right.
that.
For different reasons, but yeah.
Yeah. But,
My vote, however, was Sarah. I just think, look, I think Hitler was a different person before World War I. Maybe it radicalized him a bit. The whole, fighting in it, things not going so well.
Being gassed in the trenches.
For the record, only one Hitler came out of World War I. So I don't know if it was his circumstances.
Well, I mean,
wasn't one
technically,
Hitler, it was one guy that
Stalin
became
Stalin
Hitler.
came out of World War I too. So
Yeah. But so did Pershing.
I just think
No.
yeah, but
you probably would have gotten along with him in art school. Possibly. You have the best chance of it happening as opposed to everyone else.
He got kicked out. I graduated.
Ooh. Ripping
Okay.
on Hitler for his
Okay,
art skills.
He was lame. He
Okay.
was bitching. Motherfucker had no hack-ass talent. Motherfucker was bitching.
Sarah,
Not contemporary. He was taking some old school bullshit that he could put on a goddamn postcard, and he was whining because all these newfangled motherfuckers were putting out all this crazy expressionism and post-World War expressionism, which was very scary at the time. They actually created a whole exhibition called Art Day Terrible Bullshit, and they created 2 exhibitions in Germany. One which was like masterful, beautiful German art, and it's all, like Soviet propaganda looking shit. And on the other side, there was a line around the block for art that was called Degenerate, and it was all the contemporary artists in there and like, look at this bullshit, nasty shit. But that one actually had way more attendance than the Great Reich art.
Well, obviously. Hitler painted clowns on black velvet with big eyes.
all right. Well, clearly my vote was for Sarah, and it was completely wrong. You were definitely the most likely to have bullied Hitler as a child and probably created your bullying. Next up, last one maybe?
yeah.
Yeah. Let's make this one the last one.
Sure.
Last one. Most likely to ask an overweight woman if she's pregnant. Why are there 2 of them? Next one. If I decided to rob a bank, who's the last person I'd choose to help me? So this is me. I'm robbing a bank. Who
Right.
is the last person among you I would choose to ask?
The last person among us that you would choose, I think, would if we follow logic, it's going to be Louisa.
Okay, why?
She's too small. She becomes part of the baggage at that point. If you're on the fly, I don't think her little legs can carry her fast enough, and so you can pick her up along with the duffel bag filled with the unmarked bill.
But she's the only one who can fit into the vent.
Oh, wait a minute! You have changed my point of view. You got a point of view there. So I'm gonna say Hooper.
Okay. Sarah, who do you think is the last person I would choose to help rob a bank with?
Yourself.
Yeah, just do it for me, everyone.
Yeah.
Louisa.
I think maybe Hooper, because he's too nice. He wouldn't be like ruthless enough to commit such a heinous crime. And
Hella hoops.
even if you did like take him along with you, I think he'd try to be like too helpful and like to the point where it's annoying. He's like, James, I packed us sandwiches, and like he'd just be too precious about it, and you'd have to cut him loose.
You ain't wrong.
Eric, who do you think?
I think it's me, because I would totally turn state's evidence on you. I'd be like, I ain't going to prison. Here's the dude. He's got all the money. I'll tell you where he is. It's all good. Yeah.
We got away with it.
So we just learned that Eric is the quickest bitch.
God damn it.
That's for sure.
Motherfucker. Okay, Hooper.
Yes. I think the last person you would choose as an accomplice would be Kelly, because Kelly has this sense of right and wrong based on all those years of Batman comics, as do I. And also, you would tend to clash on managerial styles.
Managerial styles for a bank robbery?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Can you imagine that one, having 2 masterminds on one job at the same
There you
time?
go.
Like, don't point the gun at him. He doesn't mean much. Point it over there at her. She's the clerk. And he's like, shut up. What are you talking about? No, clearly she's the one with the money. That's what,
Okay. So my answer was Hooper, because he has kids, and I don't want to ruin their lives. You all have nothing to live for, so if you die, it's like, okay, fine. You got the kind. And plus, I would definitely want Kelly. Kelly's one of my first choices on a bank robbery job. He gets shit done. Okay? Disagrees, but you need some level of disagreement on a job. If you have groupthink, that bank robbery is gonna fail.
Yeah,
you
no.
To point out bullshit that's not gonna work.
Yeah, there's got to be some friction, or else the story's no good.
Oh, true.
Who understands the laws so that we know what to navigate around. Even if he doesn't understand all the laws, he's good for the team. Louisa, yeah, she's small. If we get caught, you throw her. She is a decoy.
That is rude.
Yeah.
Sarah is surprisingly strong.
Yes.
Come along, she's muscle.
She's ripping off the vault.
You got kids. You got kids, and I'm not making a father a dead man. It's just not happening.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Aw.
He'd kill me first. Don't worry.
Yeah. Like I want you on the team, Kelly, but I'm betraying you after we get the money.
I see.
See, I imagine the reason you would have chosen me is because you just use me as a human shield.
Well, you're the one who's responsible for carrying Louisa, so.
Yeah.
I pictured a Master Blaster combination with you. Like they're just like, he's only one man, and then like the head that you're wearing like shows off arms and has
Two men enter, one man leaves.
It's like Colossus and Wolverine doing the fastball special.
Yeah.
I picture like a Groot and Rocket Raccoon on his back situation.
Also good.
I'm Groot. Nice. That's
All right,
funny.
that's the game. Did any of
All
you
right.
found any of the points?
I didn't pay attention to points.
Oh, well,
There were
Points.
Doesn't matter.
Obviously won.
Yeah, points are fascist.
It's a tradition in improv games that the points don't matter.
That's
I
right.
never heard
And
that.
I won.
The least Canadian I've ever met in my life.
I got chosen for the fewest answers, so I win in that I lost the most.
Ooh.
No one thinks anything about you, Louisa.
They
Yeah.
don't think about me.
She's gonna click off the camera and be like, "Why don't they like me?
Aw.
I would have been great with Hitler."
You know what? She is the friendliest of us. She probably would have been friends with Hitler.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like he's misunderstood, guys.
She'd be the first one to sit with him at lunch and just say, "Look, there's nothing wrong with Jews. I don't know why you keep bringing that up, Hitler. Just Adolf. Listen.
Hey, money, listen.
Hey, money. Hey, money.
It's chill. It's chill.
Dolfster, let's talk. Jam.
No.
Look, here's a Capri Sun. I want to talk to you a little bit about gypsies. I think we got a problem here. We got to talk about. Let's talk it out.
Play cool tunes, man. Just chill up. It's fine.
Have you tried parting your hair on the other side?
And also, have you considered a full mustache?
Have you tried Jewish food? It's really good. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bagels.
trade with them one day. Like, it would change your life.
Have a knish.
Have a Ganesh. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Let's see what you think. Come on, buddy. We don't have to do all this. Yeah. That's awesome. All right. Well, hey, James, thank you so much for bringing that game to us today
Yay.
and allowing us to share that with the audience, if you will. I want to apologize for some of the language. No, I don't. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. What am I talking about? So and it's all Sarah's fault anyway. She's the one who dropped just by volume the most MFs in this conversation about Hitler.
Nice.
About
So in a way, it's justified, but
It's about his art.
stance on
You weren't
Hitler.
even railing about all the horrible things Hitler did. You were just railing about his art style. Like,
which is the most Canadian thing she could have done, by the way. Forget his political stances. It's literally, your art is no good.
It's artless trash.
All right, everybody.
The colors of Vienna.
The colors of Vienna. Thank you all so much for coming in. We will talk again later. Maybe we'll do one of these another time, and maybe another Cards Against Humanity or something like that, just for the giggles. So it's good to know everybody's okay. Signing off on the recording here. Catch us. We are going to be doing an online show sometime this month. We're going to be calling Live from Exile. This is for our viewing audience here. Live from Exile. We're going to be doing a live improv show through this platform here, Zoom. So stay tuned to that. And thank you all for watching.
You can't see me, but I'm waiting.